In this tutorial video, you're going to learn how to compute for compound interest. I have video about how to calculate for the simple interest. Please watch and then compare. Now, compound interest is the interest computed on the principal and interest accumulated over the period. So let's have an example here. I have 2,000 pesos investment with an annual rate of 5% for years. So let us compute first this way. So let's say year 1. Okay, so how many years? 3 years. So the rate is 5%. The interest rate, dapat change sa decimal yan. But if you are allowed to use calculator, you can direct multiply with this, or you can 5, then the percent key. But if it's manual, you need to change the percent to decimal by just simply moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay, now for 3 years. So for you have investment of the principal is 2,000 and the time is 3 years. Okay, now in this case, first 2,000 times sa unang taon, 2,000 times 0.05. Gagawin muna natin to bago ko ipapakita sa inyo yung formula. Para in case na makalimutan nyo kung paano i-compute yung formula, pag ang number of years ay medyo konti lang, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, pwede nyo gawin ito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, 2,000 times 0.05, that is 100 pesos. That's your interest for 1 year. So, this is the interest for 1 year. Now, for the second year, magiging 2,100 na ang pera mo, yun na yung pagkukuhaan ng another 5%. So, magiging, pag i-times natin to, 2,100 times 0.05, magiging 105. So, ito ngayon ang interest mo for second year. Then, sa third year, ang pera mo na ngayon, i-add itong interest dito, so maging 2,205 na. Okay? Times 0.05, ang interest niyan ay 110.25. Okay. So, ang total ngayon, pag in-add natin ito ay 315.25. So, yan ang total interest ng 2,000 pesos at an annual rate of 5% for 3 years. Okay? Now, what about if, let's say, for 10 years, for 35 years, for 50 years investment? Di ba medyo mahirap gawin pag ganito siya? Okay? So, dapat meron tayong formula na gagamitin. So, dito, meron tayong A, which stands for final amount, is equal to P, which is the principal, times the quantity 1 plus R. R is the interest rate. And N, what is N here? N is the number of times the interest is credited in a year. Kasi minsan, sa first example natin annually. Pero yung iba minsan, nagko-compute sila compounded semi-annual. Pag sinabi nating semi-annual, ang N natin doon ay 2. Pag annually, ang N natin is 1. Once a year lang. Pag semi-annually, that is twice a year. Pag compounded quarterly, that is 4 times a year. Then, compounded monthly, that is 12 times in a year. So, yun ang value natin ng N. Depende siya kung annually, quarterly. Okay, then the T is the time, of course. So, now, let's try to compute. But dito, ang kinukuha na natin is final amount. Yung formula na yan is the final amount. Kasi dito, yung 315.25 interest sa kabuuan, plus yung 2,000 mo na initial, yung principal mo, maging 2,315.25 ang kabuang pera mo ngayon. Okay? Yan ang maging total mo. So ngayon, tingnan natin ha. Erase natin to. Tingnan natin kung yun magiging result. So ang A natin, ang principal natin is 2,000. 1 plus yung R natin rate is 0.05 for 5%. Ang n natin ay annually lang siya, kaya 1. Then 1 times 3 years. Okay? So ito ngayon, magiging copy muna natin yung 2,000 pag in case lang na manual ang pag-compute nyo. Pero dito usually, ina-allowed kayo na gumamit ng calculator. Okay, so ito, pag nag-divide tayo ng 1, ganun pa rin yung sagot. So magiging 1 plus 0.05 maging 1.05. And then 1 times 3, that is 3. So exponent muna. So ngayon, ano ibig sabihin ng 1.05 raised to the third power? Ibig sabihin, multiply natin ito ng 3 beses. Okay? Now, kung since allowed kayong gumamit ng calculator, ay pwede nyo ng diretso na. Okay? So, ito, magiging 2,000, maging 1. Ang 1.05 raised to the third power is actually 1.157625. May mga the rest of the number pa, pero wag ka muna mag-round off. Okay? Mag-round off ka sa last na. Since dito, kung hindi ka allowed gumamit ng calculator, so approximate lang. Pero kung allow ka dito gumamit ng calculator, dapat 1 point, ipipress mo lang yung 1.05, then exponent na 3, then saka mo i-multiply. Kasi dito, ang sagot dito maging 1.157,625, something like that. Okay? Then, pag i-multiply mo na dito yan, magiging 2,315.25. Okay? So, diretso na. Huwag mo muna i-round off dito. Kasi minsan, magva-vary yung amount pag sakaling i-round off mo na dito pa lang sa tenths or hundredths, something like that. At sayang din yun kasi pag malaking pera yan, malaki ang mawawala sa iyo. So dapat sa end ka na magra-round off. Okay, so that's the amount which is equivalent to this, 2,315 sa first computation natin. So ganun, pag sakaling nakalimutan niyo yung formula, pwede mong gawin yan. At ito ang formula, of course, ay pinakamadali. So let's have another example. So dito ngayon, Ben invested 3,500 in an account that pays 6% annual interest compounded quarterly. What will be the value of the account after 5 years, after 10 years? So dalawa ang kukunin natin dito. So first, recall natin uli yung formula para mas madali nyo maintindihan. Then, R over N, then N times T. So, ano mga given natin? Ang P natin is 3,500. A is the final amount not only the interest. R is the interest rate which is 6%, magiging 0.06. At yung time natin, this time gawin muna natin 5 years. Okay, so letter A muna ang gagawin natin. 5 years. So, A is equal to, the principal is 3,500 times 1 plus R 0.06 over N natin ngayon. Ano pala yung N natin? Compounded quarterly. Ibig sabihin, N is equal to 4. 4 times a year. Divided by 4. Then 4 times 5. Okay. So first, copy muna natin yan. But kung allowed kayo gumamit ng calculator, actually pwede nyo na idiretso yan. So 1 plus ito, ang 0.06 divided by 4, that is 0.015. 4 times 5, that is 20. Okay? So now, A is equal to, so erase nyo na muna ito. Okay? Sa 20. So ito magiging, add nyo pala muna, 3, 5, maging 1.015 raised to 20. Then, raised to 20, exponent, ibig sabihin 1.015, multiply natin 20 times or gagamitin nyo lang yung key ng exponential form there sa calculator. And this would be equal to 4,713.99. Okay, so yun magiging amount na makikredit sa account mo, yan ang magiging value ng account mo after 5 years. What about after 10 years? Letter B. After 10 years, ang babaguhin lang natin dito ay yung exponent doon at saka yung N. Yung N lang babaguhin natin. 1 plus, pareho pa rin ang interest. So dito, 4 pa rin siya. Then 4, ang n natin pala ay pareho na, ang mababago lang yung time. Sorry. Ang n natin is still compounded quarterly. So n is still 4. The time is 10 years. So ngayon, 501 plus, divide natin uli ito. So ganun pa rin ang magiging sagot natin dyan. Magiging 0.015, but this time magiging 40. Raised to 40 na siya. So 3,501.015 raised to 40. So i-raise nyo sa 40, then i-multiply dito. Ang final amount mo ngayon ay 6,349.06. Okay. Yan. 6,349.06. Yan ang magiging amount mo after, amount na makikredit sa account after 10 years. Okay, so that's how you're going to compute for compound interest. Bye!